Hello students, welcome to the online science seminar session conducted by Science Academy. I warmly welcome all of you all, the 230 participants for this online seminar session. So I think this is our, for most of the students, this is the first seminar session they are coming with me. We have been doing seminars for grade 9, 10, 11. And now due to the request of many parents and many students and some of our past students, brothers and sisters, due to that request, we wanted to do this seminar. So we send the link to everyone so that they can join and they can understand what real science is. Okay, then. Yeah, we will start now because we took some time because just now our grade 8 seminar finished and more than 300, more than 400 students were there. So because of that, we took some more time. That's why we got delayed to start the grade 7. Yeah, now we will start the session. So I warmly welcome all of you all to the online session, science seminar session. This is conducted by Mr. Rihan Rahim. I am a university undergraduate from the University of Colombo. I will give my details and all those things later. Yeah. So before directly going into the syllabus, now most of you all, I know some students, when we got late to start also, they are saying, sir, aren't you starting? Because our students have been accustomed to such a manner that they are just learning and just memorizing all these things. Okay, especially during the corona times, they are just memorizing. They are not understanding the lesson properly because due to many reasons, I will tell all the reasons. Some whatever reason, they are just memorizing the lessons and they are trying to go for the exam. Okay, now what will happen if you memorize and go? You will memorize, you will forget. You will memorize, you will forget. So what my method is, you have to understand science. Okay, you have to understand science and then apply it for your answers. When you understand and study, it will be interesting and it will be easy and you don't need to memorize word by word. Okay, so before just going into the lesson, I will give an introduction about science, because in all the other classes you have learned a lot of things, but you have not learned the basics and you have not learned what are the methods to study. What are the methods to study? There are studying methods, there are many things you have to learn. Okay, so if I just ask you a random question, what is science? What will be your answer? Yeah, you all can answer if you like to.
Sir, I don't know the answer. I don't know, sir.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
All this
Science is a large field.
Sir.
Yes, anyways, good. Some said tried some answers. Good, no problem. Actually, science, okay, it's not just one word. It's actually science means it's a study field which contains a lot of branches. Okay, science contains a lot of branches. If you study about the sky, it is also related to science. About the planets, about the stars, we call it astrology. When we study about the living things, we call it biology. When we study about specially animals only, we call it zoology. When we study only about plants, we call it botany. When we study about insects, okay, that special name is given. So science is a branches. Okay, science contains branches of many fields. So science, you can't just give one direct definition. Okay, it's such a big vast field. Okay, I hope you all can hear me clearly. For some 1 or 2 students, it's getting stuck. It's not because of my problem, it's your connection problem, because I am in Colombo, in a place where there is maximum connection and maximum clarity. So I hope everyone can hear and see clearly. If there is any problem with the voice or the picture, you all just move to a place where there is high connection. Okay, then if the same question, if I ask like this, what are the branches of science? Science has many branches. Even in grade 8, we were discussing about this. Science has many branches. But what are the most important branches which we need for our syllabus? As science students from Sri Lanka, we are following the General Certificate Examination, GCE. We need to face GCE O-level exam in our future. You are the 2025 O-level batch. As the 2020, now I think this is the first time you are listening to this, no? You are the 2025 OL batch. As 2025 OL batch, what are the branches of science you should study clearly? You all can answer.
Human body.
Biological.
Biology.
Okay, very good. Very good. Biology, chemistry, and physics. These are the main three branches of science which our O-level students, that means starting from grade 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and finally 11 students should study completely. But what has happened in grade 6, 7, 8, grade 6, 7, 8, and 9, these 4 grades in our textbook, they give everything together. So normally I call it like a acharu because everything is mixed. Okay, they give everything together. But when you go to grade 10 and 11, they separate biology, they separate chemistry, and they separate physics and give. If they separate and give only, it is easy for the students to study. So because in your textbook, they have not separated it, I will tell you whenever I am teaching a lesson, whether it is related to chemistry, whether it is related to physics, or whether it is related to biology, I will tell the students. Okay, so we normally know that there are 3 branches which we need to be 100% clear. One is biology, the other one is chemistry, the other one is physics. Okay, biology, chemistry, physics. When you look at these 3, today's topic, okay, today we have selected one topic from your grade 7 lesson, and today's topic will be mainly related to biology. So I will be mainly focusing on biology points. Okay, so when we go to biology, then we'll go to an introduction. What is this biology? All are telling biology, biology, biology. What is biology? Okay, biology means you can break the word into 2, bio and logy. Bio and logy. Bio means life, logy means study. So biology means study of life and life related things. For example, when studying biology, in some places, we are talking about the water. Is water living or non-living? Water is non-living. But why are we studying about water in biology? Because water is needed by the living things. Therefore, study of life and life-related things, it's known as biology. Okay, so actually, yeah, this is a English medium seminar. Some students are there. They are from Tamil medium and Sinhala medium. They have come to English medium, okay, from grade 6 and all. So they are having some language problem. But what I am saying is you have to develop your English, okay, because science, if you have selected English medium science, everything will be related in English. Some teachers are there, English medium, but they are teaching either in Tamil or in Sinhala, and finally when the students go to the exam, full paper, O-level paper, everything is in English, they can't answer. So therefore, I don't give that chance. 1 or 2 words I will tell in Tamil and Sinhala, but the full lesson will be taught in very simple English. Okay, English is like a tool. It will help you in anywhere. So maximum, the students who are doing science in English medium, try maximum to study everything in English itself. Okay, I will be going very slowly in a way you understand. So when you talk about life, so today you will understand what is a cell, what is tissue, what is organ, and finally what is organ system. You will be able to understand those things. Okay. So when we talk about life, how is your life going these days? Okay, I will show a picture. What is your comment about the picture? Is it correct? Is your life going like this these days?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Part is missing. Other than that, always mostly y'all are online, or else y'all are sleeping, just the time is going. bored at home because due to corona and all those things, we have many problems. So what to do? Just because of corona, just because of online classes, just because of lockdown, we can't omit our studies. Now you might think in grade 6 also you all have missed certain lessons because of the corona first wave. In grade 7 also now you all are missing many parts because in, I don't know, in school, some schools they are just reading because the teacher don't know how to make presentation. Because of that they are just reading. Just raise the hand and show how many schools they are just reading the notes without explaining. Many students are raising the hand, so that problem is also there. But you can't say anything because if you miss grade 6, if you miss grade 7, and we don't know what will happen in grade 8, what will happen? Your basic science knowledge will be zero. Your basic science knowledge will be zero. After that, when you go to school, what will happen? In grade 8, grade 9 and all, you don't know any basics. The grade 9, grade 10, grade 11 will be very hard. Okay, so I will give you some methods to make this online life happy. Okay, normally, are you happy with this online life?
No.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. Many
No,
are
sir.
many are angry. Why? We can't go to school, we can't play with the friends, we can't do anything. So many are unhappy with this online life. But I'll tell you one thing. Okay, sorry. Harida. Okay, good. The problem is no one has told us how to make our this online life in a proper way and how to study. No one has taught you all. Okay, now I will be teaching some sessions. Okay, I want the parents also to listen. How many parents are listening? Just raise the hand and show me. How many of your parents are listening to these lectures? Very good. Around 100. Yeah, around 100 parents are listening. Okay, others, call your parents and tell them also to sit, because today the class is not only for you all, even for the parents I will be doing the class. Okay, it will be very helpful. Okay, so now everyone are like this. Grade 7 is also telling like this, grade 8 is also telling like this, grade 9 is also telling, grade 10, 11, everyone are crying, ayo sir, we are unhappy, can't understand, can't study, boring, all those things. But whatever said and done, you have to one day face your O level. In 2025 December, you all have to, each and every one of you have to face your O level paper. So by now you have to get ready for that. Okay, O level is not like your Shishatta. It's not easy. You have 9 subjects. You should be masters in that 9 subjects. Then only you can get very good A. Okay, so now we can't always be complaining about this online life, no? So we will do something to make our online life interesting. So I will give you 4 ideas. Okay, so I told you, no, I think I told the grade 8s. Normally my method of teaching is, okay, first I don't directly jump into the lesson. If I jump into the lesson, I can just teach and go. First, I want to motivate the students. I want them to understand that even through online, you all can score very well, you can study very well, and you can get good marks, and you can be happy. So first, I will motivate you, and I will show you the pathway, and after that, I will teach you. Then you will happily learn it, and also you will use these techniques for the other classes also. Then all the lessons will become interesting. Okay, my grade 9s, grade 10s, grade 11s, they are following this method and they are really happy. Their performance has improved. They don't care whether online or physical or whatever. Now they are studying very well. So I want the grade 7s also to follow that. First thing is you have to plan your life. Plan your life. By failing to plan, you are planning to fail. Always remember, by failing to plan, you are planning to fail. That means if you don't put a proper plan, now itself you are getting ready to get low marks, to become unsuccessful, to fail in life. So what is the first thing you have to do in life? You have to put a plan. How to put a plan? Every day in the morning, you put a plan. Today I will do this. Today I will do this. Okay, like that. You write one by one in a paper and paste and keep. Morning 5 o'clock I am waking up. 5 to 5:30 I will pray and recite. 5:30 to 7:30 I will study. After that school. Then after school I will play some games half an hour. After that I will study. Like that you have to put a plan and write it down every day and keep it in your wall. Why to keep it in the wall? Then only parents can see. Okay, now you all are grade 7s, no, not grade 5, grade 6. Your parents are itself doing everything and giving. Now your studies you have to be able to do little bit alone in your on your own. You should be able to study. So first you have to put a plan, and every day at night when you're going to sleep, before going to sleep, you must see how many tasks you have completed. Whether you now, for example, you will put maths 2 hours I have to study. If you have completed, you put a tick. If you have not completed, you put a cross. Then you will understand how many ticks and how many crosses, whether your day was beneficial or whether your day was useless. You will be able to understand. So always put a plan, and every day night you check that plan. Okay, this one, all the successful people, the scientists, the doctors in the world, they are normally every day putting a plan and working according to a plan. So if you want to become doctors, engineers, lawyers, successful people, scientists, pilots, now itself you have to make your life like them. Now itself you have to put a plan, you have to work according to it. Maybe your brothers and sisters, they are playing and sleeping and eating and playing and sleeping. You all should be different. Okay, and every night you have to check your progress and reward or punish yourself according to this progress. That means if you do well, if all are ticks, if you have completed full day work, then half an hour you can play games, or else punish yourself. No games for one day. Parents, especially the parents who are listening to this, whenever your child accomplish something, reward them. Okay, if they do something good, if they study properly, reward them. Give a chocolate or take them out and go. Now you can't take them out. You give some money or buy some books and give. If they don't do the work properly, little bit be strict with them. Okay, now I am telling this to the parents. Okay, parents, this is the best time to guide your children. Okay, because now they are under your control now. When it is in school, 6 hours they will be in school. Majority of the time, teacher has to guide them. But now the students are in the parents' hand from morning to night. So you're the main guide. If you don't guide them now, when they become grade 9, 10, 11, you can't change them. Okay, you can't change them. Especially to the parents, I am telling, write this and keep. If they go to grade 10 and 11, they won't listen to your plans, and they will do it in their own pattern. But now when they are in grade 6, grade 7, grade 8 and grade 9, finally you can guide them. So use this opportunity to guide your children in a proper way, to put a proper plan and check whether they are doing according to the plan, whether they are going online classes. Everything you have to check. And the second thing is you have to have an organized desk. Even in grade 8 we were talking, in grade 9 also we were saying, first thing is you have to have an organized desk. This is very important. According to psychology, the students who are having a proper desk, science books in one corner, maths books in another corner, all the books properly stacked and kept, okay, they will be the highest scorers. They will be the successful people. Okay, they say 90% of the successful people in the world, they arrange everything and keep accordingly. Okay, so if you want to change, you have to change the surrounding and make it beautiful and study attractive. Okay, so I know some students, the brothers' book, sisters' book, everything is together. Separate and keep. Okay, parents, if possible, make a small study area for your child and give them a table with their books, the pencils, pens, pen holder, like that. Make a small thing. Okay, if you are rich enough, you can make a big one, or else for the current being, okay, you do at least a small table for them for them to specially sit and study. Okay, don't keep every elder brothers, younger brothers, everyone's books together. Don't do like that. Then it will be, then they won't study. Okay, so do that help to them, then they will start studying. And the most important thing, the third point, wake up early and start the day fresh. Okay, normally there are hundreds of books written. In each of the book, they are saying the person, okay, the person who does well in the morning will do well in the full day. The one who is lazy in the morning will be lazy in the full day. Okay, that's a scientifically proven method. If your morning is good, your full day will be good. Normally people say, no, if they wake up late, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, they will wake up and they will say, in Tamil, they will say, "Yo, mara alatti." In the day, today itself, full day alatti. Why is that? In Sinhala, they will say, "Apo mara charter." Uday indalama charter. Why? Because they did not do the morning routine properly. So the best thing is wake up early in the morning. Sleep early at night, wake up early in the morning. Because of this online trend, everyone are online. Father is online, mother is online, children are also online. Therefore, they get very, very late to sleep at night. Okay, they get very late to sleep at night, and morning also they wake up late. Therefore, change the habit, wake up early, and every day brush your teeth, wash your face, and become active in the morning. Because students, when they are going to school, they will brush. If they are not going to school, holidays, they do not brush. Even the parents are like that. When the father is going to the office, he will brush the teeth. If he is not going to the office, most of the people, they don't brush the teeth. Okay, like that, it's there. But you have to do it every day so that you become active in the morning, and then you have to have a healthy breakfast. Nowadays, what's happening? All the students are eating bread, bun, and the students have become like a bun. Why? Mothers are also waking up late. They can't make anything in the morning. Easy, no? They are buying the bun and giving. Okay. So you have to change that. Now in Sri Lanka, we have a lot of healthy food. Green gram, cowpea, kadala, that and this. So parents, this is for you. Especially make the morning food the best food and healthy, nutritious food for your child. Then only his full day will be active. And do some morning exercises. Okay, morning wake up, brush your teeth, eat your food, do some exercises, and then you start your studies. Okay, most of the students, what happen? They wake up late, mother brings the tea, and then mother brings the tea also. With the tea, they bring the phone. So online classes, drinking the tea, online classes, drinking the tea, online classes. Like that only in many places it's happening. Change all that. Wake up early. If your online classes are starting at 7 o'clock, you wake up at least 5:30 or 6 o'clock, pray, wash yourself, eat something, do some exercise. And when the online class is starting, you have to be fresh and ready to sit and do it. Okay, so the parents who are listening to this, please support the students in this morning routine. Because if you give them a good start in the morning, their full day will be good, and they will most probably they will be active the full day and do all the lessons properly. And the most final one, and the one of the most important thing is get the help from family members. Okay, nowadays all the students are at home. Okay, father is also at home, mother is also at home, child is also at home. Too many problems, fight and that and this, and always brothers are fighting. Big problems are happening, no? Okay, so the family members, especially the father and mother, you have to guide your child, because they are also innocent. They are not going to school, they don't have the friends, they are not going out, they are not doing physical activity, they are not playing. Because of that, they are mentally, they won't tell you, but the students are mentally depressed. Okay, they are having some psychological problem these days. So therefore, the mother and father, the ones who are listening to this, please be your child, son's or daughter's friend. At home, keep 1 hour to play with your children. Fathers, especially, arrange at least 1 hour or half an hour to play with your children. Cricket or something, indoor. Nowadays, you can't go to the park, no? Play at home. Mothers, please look after their online classes, whether they are going online, whether they are sitting properly. Now, I'll just ask, how many students are getting a headache when you're sitting for online classes? Just raise the hand and tell me. See, or more than 52 in the grade 8 when we took, more than 150 students are having headache for online classes. So the parents, you all should know this, what to do for them, whether to give the phone or whether to buy the laptop and give, to keep the phone in the distance, all that the parents have to do it. Okay. Now the other parents who are listening, you can see, around 85 students, they raised the hand when I asked if they are having headache online classes. They are having. So like that, many problems are being faced by the students during online classes. Please support them and be a help for them, because if you support them now and be helpful to them now, when you all become old, parents, when they become old, the students will be supportive and helpful to you all. Okay, then without any further things, do these 4 things properly. Wake up early, put a plan, get help from the parents, and have an organized desk. You will be able to do and accomplish a lot of things. Okay, then there are some methods to do while doing online classes. At last I will show this. Okay, because now we'll go to the lesson. We'll go to the lesson. What are the things you should do during online classes? What are the things you should not do during online classes? We will come to it later. Okay, then are you ready to jump into the lesson directly now and study carefully? Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Ready.
I can't hear you.
I am ready.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I am ready. Yes, I am ready.
Happy to hear your voices. I hope you all are active. So hereafter, follow those plans, because I'll tell you, grade 9s, grade 10s, grade 11s, they are following it. They are saying there are tremendous changes. The weak students have become very good studying students now. They are doing well. Parents don't need to tell anything. Automatically, they are doing all the work. So I hope you all are ready to reach your goals by doing all these things properly. Okay, then we'll go to the lesson. So today's lesson, biological processes. Okay, the unit 12. So yeah, now there are a few questions. Many cells gather to form a blank. What is the, if you know the answer, you just write and keep. Many cells gather to form a what? Many, second one, many tissues combine to form and what? Blank. Likewise, many organs are combined to form dash what? Many such systems combine and work together to form dash what? The answers for this. Okay, today's lesson is the answers for this. I think some students, they know the word, but we will discuss one by one in today's session regarding this. Okay, then we'll go to the organizational levels. So we know that if you take your human body, if you zoom and see each and every human body, not only human, everything, organisms are made up of organ system. There are many organ systems in our body. Okay, for example, respiratory system, I will come one by one. And in each and every organ system, there are many, many, many organs. Can you tell me what is the largest organ of the human body?
Organisms.
Putha, I am asking, what is the largest organ? The largest organ of the human
Stomach.
body is the skin. Is the
Stomach.
Skin. No, it's the skin.
Stomach.
First largest organ is the skin. Second largest organ is the liver. Okay, I will show the video of the liver also today. Do you like to see the organs, real organs? Okay, I will show them. Then when you zoom the organs, organs are made out of tissues. Organs are made out of tissues. Then when we look at tissues, tissues are made out of cells, small, 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 tiny. We can't even see the cells. Those are the tiny ones, okay, which make up the human body. Okay, for example, they are showing, can you see? Okay, you know small building blocks, no? when you're small, you used to play with the building blocks. So it's like the cell. Many building blocks will make this kind of thing. So many cells will form tissue. Many these kind of structures together, it will form organ. Many organs will form organ system, and all the organ system put together, it will form one full organism. Okay, it's like one small building block building one full house. Like that, one full organism is made from the tiniest part. What is that? The cell. The cell. Okay, for grade 7, it's like that. In future, in grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, you will learn even small things than cell. Smaller than the cell also, there are some things. You will learn that. Okay. So for now, we will go to cells. So now you can see a house. Okay. It's a already built full complete house. So to build this house, what did they use? They use brick, no? One by one bricks. Okay. So how can you compare this to the human body? If you compare this to the human body, full human body is made out of joining many what? Many cells. Okay, cells, many cells. Okay, many cells join together to form the human body. Now you can keep this example. Why I am showing examples? Or else you have to memorize. Cells forming human. No. Brick is forming the house. You can understand that, no? Inside your wall and all in your home, the bricks are there. The bricks only form the house. Like that, the cells only form the human, the animal, the plant, everything. Okay, so cell is the structural. We'll come to that. Okay. Good. The living body contains large number of small building units. Okay, this basic building unit is called the cell. So normally in your school exams, they will ask, what is the simplest building unit of the human body or living organism? Your answer should be cells. Your answer should be cells. Then cell is the structural unit of living organism because it is giving the structure. Now, why is your house like a big structure? Because the mason bars kept one stone, brick, put cement, kept another brick. Like that, big bricks are giving the shape and the structure. Can you understand? Or else it will be like a, what do you say? Like if you, can you build a, have you all seen this sand castle? When you go to the beach, you all will make, no, from the sand, you all will make some houses, some castles. Okay. What will happen when the wave comes? It will break and go. But your house, is it like that? No. It's properly with a structure. When the wind comes, it won't blow away. When the water comes, it won't get melted. Like that, there is a structure. So if you take the structure of the house, the basic structural unit is the brick. Like that, if you take the human body or living organism, the structural unit is the cell. Okay, so if they ask the question, what is the structural unit of organisms? Your answer should be cells. Okay, then we'll move to the next one. Structural unit of plant is referred to as plant cell. Then there are two types of cells. One is animal cell, the other one is plant cell. Okay, in the plants, what is the structural unit? What is the building blocks? Plant cell. In animals, what is the building block? What is the structural unit? Animal cell. Animal cell. So don't need to worry about the names. In grade 10 and 11, you will completely, 100% completely, I will teach you the parts of the plant cell and the animal cell. For now, what should you remember? Animals have animal cell, plants have plant cell. Okay, so cells is the building blocks of our body. Then the next one, normally cells are very small. We cannot observe it by our naked eye. Okay. What is the equipment used to observe this? In grade 6, you have studied. What is the equipment used to observe the cells?
Microscope.
Type microscope.
Yes.
It's a microscope.
Microscope.
Okay, very good.
Microscope.
Okay, the microscope is used to observe very, very tiny particles like the cell. Okay, so this is a normal light microscope. In most of the schools, you might have seen this. In the big laboratories, you have large ones. Those are known as electron microscope. This is known as light microscope. Okay, so from when you observe, have you all seen a cell from this? Okay, if you go to school, now you all are not going to school now. If you go to school and if your school there is a laboratory, how many schools there is a good laboratory and there is a microscope? Just raise the hand, we'll see. Okay, very good. Many schools, they have the microscope and a good laboratory. So if you go to that, they will take some plant cells. Okay. Sir, what is laboratory? Someone is asking, what is laboratory? That is the problem. Okay, laboratory means a place where they are keeping the microscope, all the chemicals. In your school, there is one place they will take you. Okay, when you go to school, they will take you. And they will show you the picture of a real plant and real animal cell. Yeah, the science lab. Okay, real plant and real animal cell with a microscope. You can see something like that. The first image, the microscopic view of a cell in a plant leaf. So in a plant leaf, what cell is there? Plant cell. And the other picture, it's the microscopic view of a cell in an animal. It's known as the animal cell. So are you clear? So what's the difference between a plant cell and animal cell? There are a lot of internal difference. But for y'all grade 7s, you all should know that plants have special cells. Those are plant cells. Animals have special cells. Those are animal cells. Plants will not have animal cells. Normal animals will not have plant cell. Now you all have what type of cell? Plant cell or animal cell?
Animal cell.
Animal cell. Humans are animals. Because humans, we are animals. So we have animal cells. We can't have plant cells. Okay, we can't have plant cells. Okay, then we'll go to the next step. One by one only I'm going. I want you all to understand and study. And with the pictures, you can understand better. Normally, according to psychology, when you read, better than reading, when you see something, you will study, no? Most of the living organisms are made up of many cells. If you take your body, you're made out of billions and billions and billions of cells. Inside your body, billion cells are there. Okay. So those kind of organisms are known as multicellular organisms. So if they ask you a question, what is the special name given to the organisms which are made up of many cells? It can be more than 1, 2 or 3 or 100 or million or billion or trillion or quadrillion, quintillion, any amount. All those are given a special name, multicellular organisms. Multicellular organism. If you want, you can write down the names, or else I will send the notes in the group. Okay, there is a special grade 7 group. In that group today night, I will upload the notes. You can take a printout or you can look at it and write it again. Okay, so now what should you do? You have to, if you want small notes, no problem, you can write, but you have to clearly try to understand, because in school also they are reading, in textbook also everything is there, but why can't you understand? Because no one is explaining to you properly. Okay, this is happening like this is happening like this, like that, no one is explaining. Okay, so I will explain, so listen to my explanation clearly, and 1 or 2 words if you want to take down, no problem. That's good. So if organisms are made up of many cells, it's known as multicellular. If organisms are made up of one cell only, if it is made up of one cell only, it is known as, a special name is given. Do you all know the name? I think most of you all know the name. What's it?
Unicellular
Unicellular organism.
Yes, very good. Unicellular organism. Unicellular organism. So the organism, some organism, not all, some organisms that are made up of just one and only group, one and only cell is known as unicellular. Then you will ask me, one minute. Then you will ask me, sir, can one cell be one full organism? Yes, one cell can be one full organism. Some students confuse between unicellular organism and microorganism. Both are different. Okay, both are different. Okay, microorganisms are organisms which cannot be seen by our naked eye. We need a microscope. But some of the microorganisms are multicellular. Some are unicellular. Most of the microorganisms are unicellular, but there are multicellular also. So don't confuse. Okay, multicellular, unicellular is different. Microorganisms is different. Yes. Then we'll go for the examples of unicellular organism. Okay. Then in our syllabus, they are mentioning three main unicellular organisms. One is Euglena, the other one is Paramecium and amoeba. Euglena, amoeba, and Paramecium. So these are made up of only one cell. One cell, one full organism. But human, millions and billions of cells together, that is only one full organism. Okay, now I gave the definition for unicellular. Organisms which are made up of only one cell, only one cell, only one cell. That is unicellular organisms. Okay, anyways, I will draw this in the board. I want you all also to draw it in a paper. I hope you all can see the whiteboard. Okay, so I think this is the first time, no? Many students are seeing me. Okay, some students, they already know me. They have been coming to our classes. Me, my wife, all have been conducting classes for 6, 7, 8, all those things. Okay, then unicellular. Okay, one cell. Okay, one cell, one plant or animal cell. If the organism is made out of one cell, it is known as unicellular. If the organism is made out of many cells, joining many cells, it is known as multicellular. Multicellular. You all can see, right? Yeah, multicellular. So unicellular examples in our syllabus, they are saying there is a small microorganism animal like this. Its name is Euglena. And there is another organism, it's like this. It's known as amoeba. Amoeba. And there is another organism, something like this. And it has small brush like this. What's its name? Paramecium. Paramecium. Yeah. Take down these three pictures. I will give 1 minute. Quickly take down these pictures. Paramecium. Okay, sorry, 1 minute. The mic got muted. So these are the unicellular organisms. You're okay with that? Then multicellular organisms, okay, they are not simple, they are very, very complex. Okay, can you see? Multicellular organism, they show variation in level of organization from simple level, that is cell, to complex level to organism. From cell to organism, they are showing one pattern. What is that pattern? Cells to tissues. Many tissues become organs. Many organs become system. Many systems become organisms. Okay. I will show with the pictures. I will show that, then you will be able to understand clearly. Okay. Now see this. These are only cells we have studied. What do you know about cells? Those are the structural unit of living organisms. If the organism is made out of only one cell, it is unicellular. If it is made out of many cells, it is multicellular. Like that, you have learned many things about cells. Many cells join together to form tissue. Many tissues. Okay, in grade 10 and 11, you will learn examples. What are the animal tissues? What are the plant tissues? Many examples are there. Okay, all these tissues join together to form organ. I think you all know examples for organs, no? You all know about the stomach, liver, all those things. And many organs will form organ system. This is one system. Like this, many systems are there. When all that organ systems join together, it will form one full human organism. If you take cat cells, cat will produce cat tissues. Cat tissues will produce cat organs. Cat organs will join together to form cat's organ system. All the different systems of the cat will join together and form one cat, that is one organism. Okay, don't think this is only for human. For elephant, it's the elephant method. For dog cells, dog tissues, dog organs, dog system, and one full dog. You can't mix the dog organ and human organ, no? It can't happen like that. So I hope it is clear. Cells, tissues, organs, an organ system, and organism. Okay, then one by one we will discuss. Okay, one by one we will discuss. So first we started with cells, unicellular, we spoke about them. And when coming to multicellular, we understood that it has many levels. One by one we will study. One by one we will study. Cells. Cell is the functional unit and structural unit. Okay, two things are there. Cell is the functional unit and the structural unit. Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. Yes, we know that. Cell is the building unit of living organism and the simple functioning unit too. Okay, now in this animation, on the side you can see animation. Some students have asked, sir, but cells are same, right? Every animal have animal cell. No. Yeah, every animal have animal cell. But if you take a dog, its cell is different from a cat. If you take a cat, its cell is different from a human. Human cells are different from tiger. Tiger cells are different from elephant. So according to the animal, the cells are different. Okay, and they build up organs, that tissues, that is also different. When the tissues build up organ, that is also different. So finally, different organisms are coming, or else everything should be same. It's not like that, no? Elephant is elephant, human is human, dog is dog, because of its differences. Differences are there. Okay. Then in the side you can see the cells. Okay, this is the inside of the cell. You will study that in grade 10, the inside parts of the cell. Now don't worry. Okay, this cell is the functioning unit and the structural unit. First I said it's the structural unit. Okay, now if you take the house, I'll give that same example. Listen carefully, listen carefully. Okay, especially in online classes, your distraction will quickly get disrupted. When your neighbors are shouting, you will look there. When the birds are shouting in the garden, you will look here and there. When your mother and father, when they are talking, you will look there. Okay, so you have to listen properly. Now I told you the example of the house. The bricks are giving the structure of the house. What is the functional unit of the house? Can the bricks talk? Can the stone and the cement talk? Can they do function? No. So the people who are living inside the house are the functioning people. Understood? Like that in the human body, the cells are the structural unit and also they can do many functions. Therefore, they are known as the basic functional unit. Okay, so I have made 3 points. These 3 points are known as the cell theory. In grade 10, compulsory you have to memorize. If you can, okay, if you can, you try to memorize this. Okay, it's not compulsory, but the second point is compulsory. Cells are the structural unit of living organism, functional unit of living organism. So both put together, cell is the structural and functional unit of all living organism. All organisms are made up of one or more cell. You agree, no? If it is made out of one cell, it's known as unicellular. If it is made out of more cells, it is known as multicellular. So any animal you take in the world, either one or more cells. Like that, second point is cell is the structural and functional unit of living organism. Third one, new cells arise from pre-existing cell. That means if one cell has to be born, it will be born from the already present cell. Okay. So these are grade 10 points, but I just gave you now itself. If you can, you memorize. You all need only the third one. Your second one. You all need only the second one. If you can memorize, no problem. It will be very helpful. You can memorize these 3 points. Okay, then we'll move to the next one. That is the tissues. What is tissues? Now we are going level by level, next level. Okay, next level. Okay, don't worry about this third point. Previous one, third point, don't worry. Okay, this one, don't worry, just memorize. It's not there for your syllabus. In grade 10, they will give you. Tissues. Now from cell, we are going to the next level. Okay, now for example, if I am telling many pages, one page, if you can take, it's one page. But if you keep many pages together and staple, it becomes a book. Do you all agree with that? Can you understand that example? Many pages you take and staple together. You staple together, you can get books. Like that, many cells, if they join together, it forms tissue. Okay, so very simple definition. Tissue is a group of cells organized for a specific function. Okay, they are just not a group of cells. They are doing a function also. Okay, they are doing a function. So these are the pictures of tissues. Many cells have joined together and this is the picture of tissue. So first picture is cardiac muscle tissue. The next one is blood tissue. The other one is leaf, the lower epidermal tissues of the leaf. You all don't know the examples, no? Do you all know what is cardiac muscles? They are explaining that in grade 10. So don't worry. Don't worry. In the animals, there are tissues. Our blood is a type of tissue. Even in the plants, there are tissue. Just that one you remember. Tissues have following features. What are they? Contain same shape cells or different shape cells. Maybe in a tissue, all the cells are same shape or different shape. They perform a common function. They perform a common function. So if the tissues, now remember like this, if plant cells join together, what type of tissue will it produce? Plant cells join together to form plant tissue. Animal tissues, animal cells will join together to form animal tissue. Okay, you all should know few examples. Okay, few examples of plant and animal tissue. In a plant, if you cut a tree, in the middle of the tree, the tissue which transports water and mineral is called the xylem tissue. Some schools they are telling exphylum, not exphylum, xylem, xylem. Okay. Phloem tissue located outside the xylem tissue transports food in the plant body. So, do you know anything about this xylem and phloem? How did they teach in school?
No,
sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, no problem. I will explain that with the camera. See this. Okay, I hope you all can see the screen, whiteboard. Okay. Now let's say you have a plant like this, small plant. You have a plant like this. Now what are you going to do? You're going to cut a very, very thin slice and observe it in a microscope. This thin slice, you're going to, this thin slice, small part of the stem, you're going to observe in the microscope. When you see in the microscope from top, okay, you can see like this, because microscope will make everything big and show. In that, you can see like pizza, some parts are there. All of you all have eaten pizza, no? You all say pizza, pizza. You all have eaten pizza, no? Like pizzas, there will be small, small pieces. In that, okay, there will be one part here. Blue color, I am drawing from blue color, that is the xylem. Xylem part. And out of the xylem, there is another part, I am drawing from red color, that's the phloem. This is the phloem. Okay. Give me 1 minute, I will show one nice example. Okay, can you see this? What is in my hand? This is straw. Okay, the drinking straw. Good. Now, these pieces are like the straw, like this. Many straws together, you can see, no? Okay, I think now you all can see clearly. Many straws together, one type, the blue color straws, it's the xylem. The red color ones are the phloem. Okay, so when you're looking like this, the straws are like this. But if you're looking straight, it's like this. So what can it do? When you're looking straight, this xylem, this phloem, I'll just draw like this and show. Those are like tubes. Okay, these are like the tubes. In a plant, these tubes are there. This xylem is conducting water and mineral. In your house, you have no Eslon tubes. Like that, the plant also has small, tiny tubes. One tube is conducting water and the minerals. The other tube, phloem tube, that tube is conducting food for the plants. Okay, now in your house, if you take, there is a tube to conduct water and the toilet water, all the toilet things, there is another tube, no? Like that in the plant also, to conduct water for the plants, there is one tube, and to conduct food for the plants, there is another tube. Those are two types of tissues, xylem tissue and phloem tissue. Other than xylem and phloem, there are many tissues. Okay, here there is one tissue. It is known as cortex. In the center, the center is known as pith. If you want, you can write this picture, because in our syllabus they have mentioned all this, but in your schools I don't think they have mentioned all this. Sometimes the teachers, they don't know how to explain this, so they are slowly skipping and going. Okay, so I will give you 1 minute. You can write it down. I will give you 1 minute. You can draw it if you like. Okay. Then we'll go to the next one. Hope you all can see this. Okay, so that is the xylem and the phloem. Okay, so for y'all, if you remember that plant tissue, two examples for plant tissue, xylem, phloem, that's enough. Then examples for animal tissue. Okay, please try to memorize these names: connective tissue, epithelial tissue, muscle tissue, and nervous tissue. Epithelial tissue, connective tissue, epithelial tissue, muscle tissue, and nervous tissue. These are the main examples for animal tissues. Animal tissue. Okay, so I will send the PDF at night. Okay, so you can copy down the notes, or you can take a printout. If you have a printer at home, you can take a printout, or if you know a communication, from that you can take, or else you can write. Okay, you don't need to draw everything. You can write the names: connective tissue, epithelial tissue, muscle tissue, nervous tissue. In plants, xylem, phloem. Xylem, phloem. Very simple. Only new names are there. Okay. Okay. Then these tissues in the human body and in all the other things, the tissues will join together to form organs. A collection of different tissues working together to perform a specific function or many functions is known as an organ. Very simple. You know all the organs. Heart is an organ. Lungs is an organ. Liver is an organ. Intestine is an organ. Small intestine is an organ. Brain is an organ. Kidney is an organ. Stomach is an organ. Okay, the azan is going on. The prayers are going on for 2 minutes. Okay, for 2 minutes I will mute. Don't leave. After that I will continue. There is a special video also, so don't leave. Okay, students, we will continue. Yeah. So these are the real ones. Okay, real heart, real lungs, real kidney, and the real brains. So these are the organs. Okay, have you all seen the organs? Maybe when okay. Okay, maybe when you're cutting the chicken, maybe when cooking chicken and all, you all might have seen, no, inside the lung, small heart is there. Okay, the stomach, the intestine. Some people when they eat the beef and all, you have seen, no? So these are the real pictures. The heart, this is the lungs, the kidney. Anyways, have you all seen real body organs? Okay, I'll just show some, because you know, in our campus, okay, in our campus, normally every day we are cutting the dead bodies. Okay, how many of you all like to become doctors? How many like to become doctors? Raise the hand, we'll see. Wow, more than 100, 200 doctors. Nice, no? Okay, so if you want to become a doctor, you should be able to cut the bodies. Are you scared? Okay, don't get scared. Okay, when you go to medical college, it's very nice. They will take you to one room where the dead bodies are there. You have to cut the dead bodies and all those things. Okay, so today I won't show those bodies and all, but I will show this one is an animal's one. Okay, animal's brain. This is mainly for your grade 8 students. I was showing them. I cut the brain and I am showing to them. Okay, so if you are scared, don't watch, but it's very interesting. So this is the brain, okay, of an animal. There are many parts of the brain. For you all, I want to explain the names. Just see. So this is an organ. Now the brain I have cut from middle. So these are the tissues inside the brain. Brain is an organ made out of many tissues. These are the tissues. Okay.
So what is the animal?
It's a ox.
Sir, can you tell me the animal?
It's a ox brain.
Sir, what time the class will finish?
Around 12:40, 45 it will finish. Okay, so I hope you understood, no? So there are many things, many parts, all those things are there. Yeah, do you want to watch another one? Where is the liver? I will just show the liver, liver only. Okay, don't get scared. Okay, this is the liver. This full thing. Liver is the second largest organ. Internally, it's the largest organ. And liver has a part called the gallbladder. So this is the liver. Liver and the gallbladder. So now I will cut the liver and show. Liver is an organ. It is made out of many tissues. Okay, always organs are made out of tissues. Can you see the brown color parts? Those are the tissues. These are the tissues. Tissues are made up of tiny cells. Okay, so I hope now it's enough, no? Some girls are saying, sir, can't see. Can't see means they don't like to see. Okay, no problem. Okay, so in our future classes, whenever needed, I will show the real pictures, real organs. Okay, the dummies are not here with me, or else I will show even the dummies of the digestive system, all those things. So a group of organs. Okay, now we'll go to the next level. The group of organs join together to form systems. Okay, for example, this is the digestive system and the respiratory system, both systems together. Now, if I ask you, 1 minute. Okay. Heart is from which system? No, heart is not respiratory system.
Blood circulate.
Very good. Very good. Blood circulatory system. Blood circulatory.
Circulatory system.
What about the lungs? Lungs.
Blood circulatory system.
Yeah, when everyone unmutes very hard, no problem. The heart is from the circulatory system, blood circulation. The lungs is from the respiratory system. The kidney is from the urinary system. The brain is from the nervous system. So each and every organ, when they are related organs joined together, they form systems. Can you understand? So here the picture of the digestive system is shown. So digestive system is made out of many organs. Mouth, it's an organ. Mouth is an organ. Then esophagus. Then you have the stomach, the liver, the small intestine, the large intestine. All these 6 organs join together to form this full system. This full system is known as the digestive system. Like that, the other systems also made out of many organs. So today, very small concept, but one of the most important concept: cells join together to form tissues, tissues join together to form organs, organs join together to form organ system. So when you look at the organ systems of the human body, how many organ systems are there? Many are there. Circulatory system, respiratory system, digestive system, urinary system, nervous system, muscular system, skeletal system. Okay, other than this, there are reproductive system, endocrine system, lymphatic system. In grade 11, you will learn detail. Now, for now, I have only showed around 7, but there are more. Not only animals, plants also have system. Okay, if you look at the plant organ, fruit is a plant organ, flower, it's a plant organ, leaf is a plant organ, stem is a plant organ. If all these leaf, fruit, all these join together, it is known as the shoot system. It is known as the shoot system. So what are the systems we are discussing here? Shoot system and root system. Shoot system and root system. So in your exam, if they ask what are the plant organs present in the shoot system, you can say fruits, flowers, leaf, and stem. If they ask you what are the organs present in the root system, taproot, lateral root, like that you can give the answers. So taproot, lateral root, both together, they form the root system. So plants also have system, shoot system and root system. So again, we will look at, okay. Then we'll go to the next level. Okay, next level is organism, one full organism. We know all organ systems, all the systems in the body, digestive, respiratory, like that we know a lot. No, all those systems together, they join together to form one full organism. Okay, now for example, in this picture, first one is muscle system. Second one is skeletal system. Third one is respiratory system. Fourth one is also muscle system. First one is skin system. Then digestive system, circulatory system, nervous system, all these systems. Some more systems are there. Everything when you put together into one, you will get one individual. Do you know who's this individual in the picture?
Albert Einstein.
Very good.
Albert Einstein, sir.
Okay. Very good, very good. Albert Einstein. We call him one of the father of science. No, he made lot of theories and lot of things. Okay, sorry, it got muted. Okay, so many systems, organ systems, both are same. Don't confuse system and organ system, both are same. Everything together forms one full individual. So if in your body you have digestive system, in your body you have respiratory system, in your body you have circulatory system, muscle system, skeletal system. Okay, lot of systems are there. Then I will ask one small simple question. Coronavirus affects which system?
Respiratory system.
Very good. Coronavirus affects the respiratory system. Very good, correct. Paralysis. That have you heard of that disease? Paralyzed. One person is paralyzed.
Paralysis, teacher.
Yeah. Which disease? Which system?
Your body is like a sleep, but your mind is actually awake. So it's like nervous system.
Yes, very good. It's the nervous system. Our mind is working, brain is working, but the messages coming from the brain are not going to the hand or leg. You can't move the hand or leg. We call it coma, or we can call it one type of paralysis. So that is affecting the nervous system. So like that, there are some diseases which are specifically affecting certain systems. Now, are you clear? Starting from the smallest one, cells. Then we saw tissues. From tissues, organ. Then from organ system. And finally, we came to organism. And with Albert Einstein, we understood what is an organism. Can we go further? Yes, we can go further. But in your syllabus, we don't learn. And now here again, they have put many systems together. It forms one full individual. Okay. One full individual. Many systems together. Then we have the plant also. Plant, we studied two systems. Root system and shoot system. Root system and shoot system, when you put together, one full plant. One organism. Plant is also organism. Okay. We can get a plant organism. Okay. And can we go further than organism? Yes, we can go. But that you will learn in grade 11. Many organisms. Now, if you take human, many humans together, it's known as a human population. Then only human population is there. No. Cat population, dog population, rat population, bird population, plant population, all those are there. All the populations living together, it is known as community. And living things are dependent on non-living things. We need water, we need air, we need soil. Okay, we need a lot of things. We need oxygen, we need water, we need sunlight, like that, many things. Everything together, living, non-living, everything together, we call it ecosystem. All the ecosystems in the world, we call it full name, biosphere, that is the earth. But you all don't need this. Okay, so don't worry. I am telling you, from the smallest thing, can you see a cell? We can't see a cell, no? So tiny. You have to keep it under microscope and see. So cells are joining to form tissue, that you can see. Tissues are joined together to form organ, that also you can see. Then organ, it is forming organ system, and all the organ systems together, it's forming one organism. After that, in grade 10 and 11, you will study many organisms together, it forms population, many population together, it forms community, many communities together, it forms ecosystem, and all the ecosystems in the world put together, it can form the biosphere. Can we go further? Yes. Biosphere is a planet. Many planets together, what do we call it? You all know.
Solar system.
Very good.
Solar system.
Many solar systems together, they call it Milky Ways. Many Milky Ways together, they call it galaxy. Many galaxies together, they call it the universe. Universe is so big, you can't even see that. Plant or animal cells are so small, you can't even see that. Can you understand? From the smallest thing to the biggest thing in the world, there is a very nice connection. So today you are learning the first connection. Okay, to finalize it, what is the connection you are learning today? Where is that first picture which we showed? This is the connection you have studied today completely. Now you all don't need to just again memorize anything and wait. Now you all have seen the organs, seen the systems. Okay, so you know many cells together form tissues, many tissues together form organ, many organs together form organ system, and many organ systems join together to form organism. Okay, so for grade 7, this is enough. Or else we can go some more until the universe I can explain. Okay, but you won't be able to understand that much. So no problem. That is enough for us. Okay, so many students are saying they are now these days they are affected by this lockdown, online learning. Now I told you know how to make your online learning very attentive. I have told to the parents also. I hope they were listening, and hereafter you will follow all those. Okay. 1 minute. Harida, so what to do? What to do for this? Okay, now what to do? Now you can do 3 things. Okay, first thing is, okay, as always I say, by failing to plan, you are planning to fail. So first thing you can do is put a plan. Okay, and then you have to have proper teachers. Okay, then you have to have proper teachers for each subject. Okay, don't leave. I have many important notice to say. Okay, so I will say that at last. So please wait. Proper teacher for each subject. Sometimes in school there will be good teachers. Sometimes due to this corona and all, sometimes school teachers have left due to the protest. This day strike is going on. No, teachers are not doing online classes. Then better to select some good online teachers. Okay, tuition teachers you all can select. And nowadays you have to give more dedication to your studies, and not like the old method. Now you have to study smart learning, because you have online classes. All the notes are PDF notes. So you have to adapt to these PDF methods. Okay, you have to adapt to all the new technology. Okay, and always you won't use that old phone. No, when it develops, you will be updating your phone. Okay, smartphones, after that Android, after that, like that, many things are coming. Like that, your studies also now with this corona, you have to learn to do the online studying and all properly. So first thing, put a plan. First I told you know how to put a plan. Put a proper plan for each and every subject. Have a proper teacher. If the school teachers are not there, don't worry, go to good tuition teachers. In now you can, from any place you can study. Okay, now I have students from all over Sri Lanka, from Jaffna, from Hambantota, from Galle, from Southern, from North, from Kalmune, from Eastern Province, from Mavanalla, from Kandy, everywhere. Puttalam, everywhere students are there. Why? Because of the online method. So online is a blessing for the students. You can learn from very good Colombo teachers. Or else if you're somewhere in Jaffna or somewhere in Hambantota or somewhere in Eastern, can you come to Colombo and learn and go? No. So, but now this is the opportunity for us, for y'all. For me, it is an opportunity to teach all the students and motivate them. And for y'all, it is an opportunity to learn from the very good experienced and talented teachers from Colombo. Especially our Colombo University, there are very good teachers who are doing tuition classes. They explain in very good ways so that the students will understand, and they are sending notes and all those things. So y'all also, others are studying. Y'all can't just wait. If you just wait these days, what will happen? Your friends and others will study and they will go beyond you. So this corona is a very good period for you to study silently and to gain your knowledge. Especially the weak students, you can use this corona holidays, not holidays, corona lockdown period, all those things, no school, for you to stay at home, attend all the online classes and learn very well and achieve better than the other students from your school. Okay, so this is an opportunity. Okay, this is an opportunity for you to do that. Okay, so the human systems, I will then Next week, we will be discussing this digestive system and respiratory system in detailed. Okay. So for now, I will show the picture only. In the group also, I will put this picture. So I will explain one by one about the digestive system and the respiratory system, the two main important systems. We know there are many systems, no? Each and every system has a function. Circulatory system, respiratory system, digestive system, urinary system, nervous system, skeletal muscular system. All those have functions. In our syllabus for the grade 7, respiratory system, gaseous exchange, and digestive system, digestion of food, that is important. So in our normal theory class, next week we will be doing that. Okay, so don't worry. The ones who have missed the theories and all those things, you have until now, you have not gone to any proper classes. Okay, don't worry. You can join our theory classes. Okay, because of the request of many students, I kept a free seminar. So today it is a free seminar. Every like 3 months, once in a 3 month or once in 4 months, we will have free seminars and free exams, because every week I can't have, because I am really busy. I am a doctor. I have medicine. I am producing medicines. I have classes. I have a lot of things to do. So therefore I can't keep every day. So every week our normal theory classes are there. If anyone wants to join our theory classes, no problem. If you all are not going to any tuition classes, in your school, they are not doing the lessons properly, it's boring, they are just reading. For those kind of students, you can join our theory session. So we have 4 months, 1 term, you can learn the 3rd term lessons completely. So this September, our plan is finishing unit 13 and 14, and October, unit 15, 16, 17. Those are 2 small units. So we can finish 3 units. And in November, we will complete the syllabus. Unit 18 and unit 19. And in December, I will have the main exam for my theory class students. Okay, that's one of the most important exam. And we will be giving the gifts also for the ones who are getting good results in the 3rd term exams. And in December itself, we will start the grade 8 lessons. We won't wait until January. Before school starts, okay, before the school they start grade 8, I will start the grade 8 lessons, and I want you all to learn advanced than the school. Okay, I want you all to go more advanced than the school, because mostly my students are the students who get in the term test high marks. In many schools in Sri Lanka, they are getting the high marks. Okay, so to maintain that, I start the syllabus in December itself. So if you like to start the grade 8 classes in December itself, you have to complete unit 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19 properly. You can come to our classes for September, October, November, and December. And with that, you will be promoted to grade 8. So the students want to know the fees and all those things, I will be showing. So you don't know, we need to worry about our classes, because our we have a teaching panel. Our panel is fully experienced panel. We conduct seminars, physical seminars all over Sri Lanka, especially Mavanalla, Nayawela, Panadura, Dehiwala. In all the places we are conducting seminars. I don't have time to show all the schools. Few schools I have gone to all those schools. And also now, due to this corona, we are doing online classes, online seminars. For grade 9, 10, 11, we did, and more than 2,000 students attended our seminar. You can see the number of participants. Grade 9 around 300, grade 10 around 800, grade 11 around 600. For paper seminar, around 550. Total, more than 2,000 students attended our seminar. So this is our capacity. We are covering full Sri Lanka, and especially I have a YouTube channel, Herbal Planet. Even today's class will be put to the YouTube channel in another 2 days. We will update it to YouTube. In that, especially for grade 9, 10, 11, the videos are there. In future, we will put grade 6, 7, 8 also. So in the YouTube, we have more than 1,600 followers and subscribers. So those are mainly students who are following us. So you don't need to worry. If you want to come for real science, you can come to our classes, because we are medical students who are doing the classes. Sometimes me and my wife both are medical students. We are targeting the grade 6, 7, 8 mainly. My wife only makes all the notes and presentations and exams, all those things. I will do the explanation. So we have a team, very good team, to explain everything completely and clearly. So for us, science is part of life. Every day we are cutting the dead bodies. This is in our campus. We are cutting, the first picture is the cutting of the dead bodies. And we have taken the liver, the lungs of a very like a smoking person's lung, dead person's one. And we are doing experiment every day in the campus. So some students asking, sir, why are you teaching science? Because you're a doctor now, why are you teaching science? Because science is my passion and teaching is also my passion. So I love to teach. So, and my teaching pattern, many students understand completely and clearly. I have got so much of compliment saying that school teachers, they don't understand anything, but when the students come to my classes, they can understand everything completely. So I am really happy to get a feedback like that. And I hope you all also understood today's session very clearly. Okay, so don't worry, we have more than 2000 student base for our grade 10, grade 11, grade 9, grade 6, 7, 8, our online classes, our YouTube subscribers, everything. More than 2000 people are there with us. So you don't need to have any fear. You can join our classes and learn everything completely. So next week in our theory classes, we will do the detailed explanation of the digestive system and the respiratory system. Okay, so if anyone who is not going to any other classes, who don't have classes, who are waiting to go to classes, no problem. You can come to our theory classes, which is held on every Saturday, 9:30 to 11 a.m. Okay, because morning we have grade 8, after that grade 7, and then grade 6 from 11 onwards. Okay, so the fees is very, very simple fees, only 700 rupees for month for 4 classes, just 700, because I want to give in a very, very low fees, because in other institute and all, they are taking big charges. So I am giving a very, very minimal charge. It's just 700. So if you want to join, our classes, no problem. You can join. Admissions are available. So you can send a WhatsApp message to get the admission form for our theory classes. Monthly fees is just 700 for grade 7s. Okay, admission fees is there, 500 for the institute, but from the institute now they called and told us that they are giving admission fees free for the first 50 students. Okay, after this seminar, soon after the seminar stops, the first 50 students who are getting the admission, they don't need to pay the admission fees. They can only pay the monthly fees and join our classes. 500 discount for them from the institute that they are giving, from Science Academy Institute. They are giving that opportunity to our new students. I hope you understood today's lesson clearly, and also our classes and all those things. How was our class today? Any feedbacks about the classes?
No.
Very good, sir. And clearly
Very good, sir.
sir.
Okay, I am also really happy to get those kind of feedbacks. Okay, so don't worry, you can come to our classes and continue in future also. So if you want to join from anywhere from Sri Lanka, no problem. Through online method, you can contact us. Until your O levels, we will be doing the syllabus lessons. So don't need to worry. This is our institute contact number. You can send your name and requesting for admission. Even for grade 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 until O level, we have classes. You can contact and get all the details. So I hope today's session was clear and you